Emotions not very real. Every day I wake up, it's getting more like either kill or be killed. I'm walking in smoke and keep it real. I'ma do it if nobody else gonna do it. See it if nobody else gonna see it. Every time I close my eyes, I convince myself every day like this shit not real. Like, how the fuck I been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? Like the killers in the street for so long. And I couldn't even be myself for so long. So don't walk in that smoke, guaranteed you gon' choke. Cause it's running, man, this shit ain't no joke. We'll never lose hope, cause we tap in, stuck in the wheel, and the system got us trapped in. Ain't fuck nothing, we gon' get it out the back end. And how the fuck I been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? I've been feeling like this for so long.
How could you be asleep? Sounding the things you ain't gotta reach. All you gotta do is listen to me pipe down. I'm about to teach, fists in the air, like I'm about to preach. Metal in the skin, like the man that had a dream about from a boy to a man to a king. Bad with this feeling in the past about to bring more EINs and LLCs for the family trees. And the pictures a little more proud for me. Since I planted some seeds, I'm thinking for 3. I got some enemies, I'm on my god to evil. But they move more though like Austin. DNA unlocking. Producing the product for profit. Just being honest, they want me numb. They fly like a comet, she so astonished. Actually waiting to come out her garments. Even some stress to get back to some money. For real.
I'ma do it if nobody else gonna do it. See it if nobody else gonna see it. Every time I close my eyes, I convince myself every day like this shit not real. Like, how the fuck I been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? They the killers in the street for so long. And I couldn't even be myself for so long. So don't walk in that smoke, guaranteed you gon' choke. Cause it's raining, man, this shit ain't no joke. But we'll never lose hope, cause we tapped in, stuck in, and we up to the system, got us trapped in. Ain't fuck nothing, we gon' get it out the back end. And how the fuck I been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? I've been feeling like this for so long. I forget all the shit that they told me. Come to think about it, I don't even think I know me. All my people getting shot by the police, could've been me. So I'ma let my soul speak. For the ones who can't, for the ones we lost. These niggas cross their own people just to be a boss. I'm choosing love over evil, I never cross. And a lot of people should get deeper when you're finding out. All of the secrets so people because it's coming out. If I can change anything, you can have it all. Don't waste the time all the time on the black screen. Fuck Trump, fuck Biden, fuck a vaccine. Cause I'm gone full speed, gotta kiss me. Ride till the wheels fall off, ain't gotta ask me. And the motive is to play you like controllers. Ain't no fear now, can't be shaking like a soda. Tell myself that I'm tripping. Truth hit hard like a nigga getting a whooping. Nigga, I'm too solid, hell nah, I ain't dripping. MJ status now, nigga, I ain't pippin'. Breaking news loud, yeah, straight from the gutter. Spin straight face, nigga, on my brother. Talking God talk, I'm the man like gutter. Got the pole flow, ripping niggas out the gutter. For real, I'ma do it if nobody else gonna do it. See it if nobody else gonna see it. Every time I close my eyes, I convince myself every day like this shit not real. Like, how the fuck I been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? They the killers in the street for so long. And I couldn't even be myself for so long. So don't walk in that smoke, guaranteed you gon' choke. Cause it's raining, man, this shit ain't no joke. We'll never lose hope, cause we tapped in, stuck in, and we up to the system, got us trapped in. Ain't fuck nothing, we gon' get it out the back end. And how the fuck I been asleep for so long? How the pain run deep for so long? I've been feeling like this for so long.
Tavex, Hebrews, purity and becoming one. How do we become pure? You got to turn to the Most High God and Him alone. No sidekicks, no Batman and Robin, none of that garbage. You're going to turn to the Most High God and Him alone, or you are going to get BK'd. There is no way around it, family. I am your brother, Mr. Real Talk, and this is your go-to YouTube channel for brotherhood, sisterhood, and an attempt at righteousness. Okay? I want you to hit that like button on your way in the door if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, as we are on the road on our way to 10K family members, aka 10K subscribers. Because on this channel, subscribers are not subscribers. We are a family over here. And the people that's been over here for more than a handful of live streams, we all know that. So shout out to all the Hebrews worldwide, scattered into all nations, no matter where you might find yourself at right now, to help this video get into the algorithm so that other brothers and sisters will have a chance to see this and to be aware of what is actually going on, what has happened to them, what some of them may be doing to their young ones at home. All of the videos that we do, live streams and uploads, I think that they're all important. But this one right here is, I don't want to say extra important, but it definitely needs to be paid attention to for the diabolicalness. Okay? And we're going to get into that in a couple of minutes. But because YouTube does not like to send out notifications on this channel, so as soon as we go live, we always have to wait a couple of minutes to see if brothers and sisters are going to see that we in here. Because once again, YouTube, they don't like to send out notifications for channels like this. So that's why we wait. And in a couple of minutes, we're going to get started. Probably like around the 10-minute mark. I want to make sure, family, that you don't miss no videos when we drop. So please, if you're not already, that is, subscribe to the channel. Also check out the channel description, where you will find a link to the other new channel called Financial Torah Awakening. Financial Torah Awakening, beloved. Head over there and subscribe. On that channel, the only thing we talking about on that channel is money, abundance, physical goods. None of that, I just want to be spiritual, wealthy stuff, okay? No, that train of thought has to die for you to walk into what's yours, which is abundance. You got to get rid of this train of thought that you only want to be spiritually wealthy. Beloved, that's not balanced. You need both spiritual wealth and physical wealth, tangible. Suddenly, Shalom to you, Earth and Angel. Hope you're having a great evening, beloved. And shout out to all the brews that we got out there in the Middle East. Shout out to the brews all over the world where you think niggas done forgot about you. Beloved, we ain't forgetting about none of yous. Just like we don't want you to forget about us, okay? All of us at times feel forgotten about. It's part of being the so-called lost sheep of the house of Israel. Many of us feel like we've been abandoned because, to be quite honest, for a while we had been abandoned. The Most High God had abandoned us temporarily to a degree. Some of our families and friends abandoned us, relationships, spouses, things of that nature. But on this channel, we deal with reality. We here to break all diabolical chains. And what we going into this evening is quite diabolical. Hit the like button on your way in the door. Subscribe so you don't miss none of the action when we bring it. And we're going to get started in like another minute or two. Can you dig it? I forgot. Also, consider this video a audio only recording. That's right. Tavex, Hebrews, purity and becoming one. I already told you, just in case you're in the dark, okay, there's only one way to become pure. It's not Buddha, it's not Allah, it's not Krishna, it's not any of these hundreds of thousands of other gods that actually do exist out here. You see, church and religion has completely destroyed our minds. And many of us are unable to receive the truth nowadays because of the foundation that church has put in many of us. Now, beloved, I'm not going to keep you wonderful people too long this evening, but I want to bring attention to this, okay? You guys and gals, whoever's going to watch this video, you saw the thumbnail. You saw the thumbnail, okay? Now, this is something that you got to understand, beloved. I'm not saying that this is going to happen tonight, this evening, but typically what I have found on this channel, whenever we start going into topics that are very, very spiritual, like that has something to do with the invisible world or the spirit realm, a lot of the times that's when we get quote unquote new people showing up in the live chat talking crazy, acting like weirdos, sometimes outright scoffing, trolling, all kind of craziness. And it usually happens like every time we going into something that's deeply spiritual, like what we going into right now. Bedtime prayers, beloved. If we have only realized what these people have done to us, y'all. And you know what, fam? These people right now, they're playing. Y'all, these people are playing with my life. I can't make this up, fam. What in the world? Hey, look, fam, because these people are playing with this thing on my end. They're playing with this thing on my end, right? So I'm not sure. I need somebody in the live chat who's watching this live right now. I need you to tell me, what did you... These devils, man. These people are the devil that the Bible speaks of. Because look, on my end, right? On one apparatus, they're showing that another live stream is going on my channel. The one that went on for like 20 seconds and I ended it because YouTube is playing games. They tried to switch me out of the live with the thumbnail on it. And on my end right now, on one apparatus, it's mirroring me and it's showing me that the old live is playing. The one without the thumbnail of the little child praying at night. Anybody in the live stream right now in the chat, when you clicked on this video, the video that you clicked on right now, the thumbnail that you saw, hey Earth, the thumbnail that you saw to this video right here, the thumbnail that y'all seeing to this video right here, do you see the thumbnail of the boy, the little child praying over his bed? Because on my end, they switching back and forth. They playing around, y'all. Because this is the kind of games. This is the prime example of me telling y'all, whenever we do live streams that are very, very spiritual like this, We always have some kind of weirdos that we never seen before. Either they come in here acting like straight up weirdos, or they come in here straight trolling. It never fails. One in the chat or say I see. I see the homie Gates of Zion says I see. Engagement in the chat pushes the algorithm. Why, yes, it does. And thank you for that, Earth Healing Angel. Appreciate that, sis. And family, please do what Sister Earth Healing Angel asked y'all to do. Hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe, as well as hit the notification. Earth Healing Angel says, Mr. Real Talk, something weird happened to me too. In your chat, it was showing me your old live. See, this is what I'm talking about. YouTube, they definitely play games with all of our channels. Anybody, y'all got an Old Testament only channel, y'all only, you know that YouTube, they play games where don't even catch them, the stuff that they doing, y'all. A lot of our channels should have way, way, way more subscribers than we do. Got the salute emoji, says Mr. Real Talk salute. Salute to you, brother. GOZ Gates of Zion. Hey, y'all. If anybody's on this live stream right now, if you're not subscribed to GOZ Gates of Zion, you better get your behind over there right now and subscribe to that channel. GOZ holding it down. And you know what? I got to speak on this too, right? Because this video that we're doing right now, this live stream is a very, very spiritual one, right? Talking about prayers, okay? Prayers are words, beloved. Prayers are meditation. Prayers are words. Prayers are thoughts. Prayers are vibrations. Prayers are meditation, okay? And it's so wonderful that the GOZ just showed up as we're talking about this, because since we're talking about this, right, that little child in the thumbnail that's praying, basically meditating, okay, and your thoughts and your words, I told y'all, it has immense power. Immense. Most High willing, we will be going greater into that in 2026, most High willing. But your thoughts and your words are greatly powerful. I'm talking about so powerful. That's why they had to trick you, beloved, to make you think you were just some regular weakling that has no power. But in all actuality, your words can make you or break you. Your thoughts can make you or break you. Why am I saying this? I'm about to get to it. Number one, I remember like months ago, right? However long ago it was, I don't remember. But however long ago it was, before I became aware of GOZ, I had been constantly saying to myself and thinking to myself, and I had mentioned it multiple times on this channel before I became aware of GOZ. I would be saying stuff to myself and out loud like, man, I wish it was a camp out there pushing Old Testament only. Man, I wish it was a camp out there pushing Yah only. And I kept saying it, I kept thinking it, right? Hoping and wishing. Basically praying and meditating was what I was doing. I was speaking on this out loud and I was feeling that in my heart because I really desired it and I spoke on it multiple times. And then one day out of the blue, one of our brothers, y'all know Brother Jason Edwards. Brother Jason Edwards said, hey, yo, Mr. Real Talk, there's a camp out there pushing Old Testament only. I was like, what? I could not believe what my ears had heard. I could not believe it. And as far as I'm aware of, GOZ is the only camp that I'm aware of pushing Old Testament only. I don't know no other camps doing that. If you are a camp out there and you pushing Old Testament only, make yourself known, beloved. Make yourself known. And we will definitely rock with you and get down with you, because we all are a part of the same team. We Old Testament only, and we all we got, and it ain't many of us. And when you see brothers and sisters out there putting in work, actually putting in work and doing righteously, by bringing out the truth, even though they know everybody's going to hate their guts, in which them brothers are receiving a lot of hate out here, okay? But also at the same time, they receiving a lot of love, because they going to get the love from the brothers and sisters who they supposed to get it from. That's the way that the Most High God got this thing set up. The people who need to love you, they're going to love you. But there also has to be people who hate you. And that goes for every last one of us. I don't want none of y'all to get discouraged when you see niggas out here straight up diabolically hating you and just viciously attacking you. Okay? Spiritually. And some of these niggas, if they could, they would attack you physically. If they could. But one thing I tell you, family, niggas do not know who they playing with. When you threaten a man or a woman who serves Yah and him only, you are literally playing with your own life and the life of your loved ones. Because the Most High does not play. He's still in the killing business. Okay? For some reason, Negroes want to act like they didn't forgot that the Most High is the biggest killer and the biggest gangster that you didn't ever heard of. But for some reason, we like to forget that. Let me shut my big black mouth and read these comments. And then I'm going to drop for you brothers and sisters what we got to drop. And then I'm going to let you carry on. I got to say this, though. I appreciate every one of y'all being here in this live chat on this Wednesday evening. Because you can be anywhere. All of us can be anywhere. But we all made the time, made the effort to come right here to congregate, to fellowgate, to fellowship, and to fellowgate. You know what I mean? So let me read these comments and then we're going to read a little bit. Gates of Zion says, TT, loving emoji. Earth Healing Angel says that Gates of Zion, Shalom, and welcome, beloved brother. Hot loving emoji. Gates of Zion says, I see it. Appreciate it, Earth Healing Angel says, at Mr. Real Talk, the baby is there praying. Okay, good looking, sis. Because you know why? YouTube was playing games when I know that's what I clicked in. But they was showing me on my end, my old live. I'm like, YouTube is diabolical. And sometimes I'll be live and they'll be telling y'all, going live soon. Whole time I've been live for 20, 30, 40 minutes. YouTube likes to play their little games, y'all. But they're going to get what's coming to them. Every one of them. Every one of the enemies of Yasharal is going to get a nice cake. Not surprised. Damn devils. Earth Healing Angel says, GOZ is where it's at. I will drop the link. That's right. And Earth Healing Angel got the links in here for GOZ, Zamran the Servant. Shout out to the brother Zamran the Servant. Get on over there and subscribe to the broski. Earth Healing Angel got Joshua the Levite in here. His link to his channel. Shout out to Joshua the Levite. You know what I'm saying? Y'all get on over there and subscribe to Joshua the Levite's channel if you're not already. GOZ in the house. Those three brothers, Joshua the Levite, Zamran the Servant, Gates of Zion, Brother Bez. Those are the brothers of GOZ. And they're holding it down for the OTO, baby. None of that hateful garbage that a lot of you niggas engage in out there. Earth Healing Angel says, family, please support our... says, Shalom, family. Shalom to you, Yeshiva the Hebrew. And beloved ones, please hit the like button if you have not hit it already. And please subscribe to the about. That's right. Gates of Zion says, we appreciate the love and acknowledgement. Salute. Ain't no problem, brother. We love y'all, brothers, and appreciate y'all, fam. We love y'all, brothers, and appreciate you, brothers. And it's only right that we show it. Because you know what? You got to give niggas their flowers while they are alive and while you are alive. Give niggas their flowers while they are alive to receive them and while you are alive to give them. Because once a nigga has passed on from the physical realm, I cannot give Brother Bez his flowers because he passed on. I can give him them flowers, but he can't receive them. So we got to give brothers and sisters their flowers while they are alive and while we are alive. While they can receive it and while we can give it. And then we'll chop it up with niggas when we get in the spirit realm. That's right. Gates of Zion says, TT Toda. Hot loving emoji. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, at Gates of Zion. Hot sister Earth, Shalom. Earth says, at Mr. Real, it's called fuck around and find out. It's dangerous to mess with a two goonish Negroes out there. You're going to be forced to find out the hard way through foolish Negro pride. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You are toying with your own existence. If you want to press out a daughter or a son of the Most High, just know that you're pressing your own luck. And don't be surprised when you get snuffed. The Most High does not play. Yeshiva the Hebrew says, Mr. Real Talk, blessings upon blessings to you. Loving emoji, prayerful emoji. Thank you, Yeshiva the Hebrew. Blessings upon blessings to you. All facts. Earth and the Angel says, all praises to the Most High. That's right. Now, beloved, I want you, beloved ones. I don't know why I said that. But I want you, beloved ones. I want y'all to, first of all, hit the like button if you haven't already. Okay? Now, at this point, if you've been in here for more than 10 minutes and you ain't hit the like button, I have to know. I have to know what's going on. Now, look, check this out. We're going to listen to this. This is what really got me thinking about this, right? And how diabolical this is. We're going to go over to Melissa Israel's channel, right? And we're going to listen to what she said. I guess this video was made yesterday. Live. YouTube playing those games again. Is there anybody out there getting buffering, or can y'all hear and see? Yeshiva says, yes, been buffering since I hopped on his sis. You know why? And I wonder why. YouTube is playing with this stream because they know that this is one of those deeply spiritual streams. And I apologize, y'all, for the so-called buffering, but there's literally nothing I can do about it because on my end, I mean, everything is gravy. So it shouldn't be doing this. But I think we all know why it's doing this. Okay, sis. Dang. I'm glad because I wouldn't even known unless y'all told me. Earth says that Yeshiva, thank you, sis, for letting me away. That's crazy. And you see, that's why they make these videos like this buffer, y'all. Because it ain't nothing special going on, but they make these videos buffer, right? Because they know that most people can't take it. And then you'll do what? You'll run off. And then you'll click off. And then you're going to miss what we get ready to show you right now. And this is so important because you've actually been cursing yourself and calling demonic attacks upon yourself. Many of you have children. You've been teaching your little ones to call demonic attacks upon themselves. And you know what? I would not be surprised if YouTube try to flag this video and try to somehow say that I did something or said something that I shouldn't. This is how YouTube works when they don't like what you're saying. And I'm telling you right now, in the invisible world, see, I told you whenever we start talking about certain topics like this, it's always something that usually arises. In this particular instance, it's constant buffering. According to you guys and gals, you're telling me that you're hearing buffering out there. And I'm telling you, it's because this topic matters. Now, we getting ready to go. We're going to go to Melissa Israel's channel and listen to this. If you never thought about this before, just listen to this. And I want anybody on this live stream right now, whether you're listening on the live, whether you're going to be listening on the playback, I want you to let me know in the comment section or the live chat, does this resonate with you? Did you do this as a little child growing up, what we're about to see right now? And if you understand what's going on, it's going to really make you feel a certain kind of way, and it's not going to be good. Some of you are going to be angry. You're going to be so outraged when you realize that it's been handed down to you. Only the Most High God knows how long we've been praying this prayer as little children. I know myself, as a child growing up, I was taught to pray this prayer, and me and my sister, we did this every single night, just like a lot of our friends and neighbors and cousins and all that. And I'm sure many of you out there on this live, I want to know by a show of hands, after we listen to Melissa's Israel video, and it's only like 2.5 minutes long. I want to know from everybody on this live or the playback, once you hear this video, I want everybody who used to say this prayer as a child, or if you even teach your children to say this prayer today, I want you to let me know in the live chat or the comment section whether you or your little ones were praying this prayer. And you're never going to do it again after this live stream. I can tell you that. But listen to this. Hey, shout out to Melissa Israel. Listen to this.
When we were children, many of us were taught this prayer before bed. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. I remember being a little girl and wondering, am I going to die tonight? Most people...
Ho. I'm going to play this again for all of the Hebrews in the back. Hit the like button if you have not hit it already. I want you to understand this, okay? And also, see, this is why I tell you, beloved brothers and sisters, that the Psalmic meditations are so beautiful. Meditating in the Psalms is so amazing. And believe it or not, every prayer is a meditation. Prayer and meditation are interchangeable, beloved. Your words have power. Your thoughts have power. That's why I tell you to do your meditation every single night, right before you go to bed and as soon as you wake up in the morning. Here it is, your whole life. You've been praying this prayer every single night. As a child, you prayed this prayer. Your words matter. Your thoughts matter. When you are going to sleep, okay, your subconscious is the widest open that it ever gets. Right when you're about to pass out and fall asleep, and right in the first couple of minutes when you wake up in the morning. As soon as you open your eyes, the first couple of minutes, your subconscious is very malleable, very moldable, and it's wide open, just like it is right before you go to bed. And that's why these people had you praying these prayers. They had you as a child, beloved, meditating on death. I want you to let that sink in. These people knew that your subconscious is the widest open that it ever gets at night. Beloved, haven't I been telling you, brothers and sisters, for the last 30 days about meditation? Haven't I been telling you about psalm chanting, meditation and prayer is the same thing, beloved? Haven't I been telling you the importance of right before you go to sleep, 3 to 5 minutes minimum, of picking out certain scriptures and quotes in the Psalms, singing them, chanting them, saying them out loud, getting emotional about it? Didn't I tell you to do that right before you went to sleep? Yes, I did. Why did I tell you right before you go to sleep? Because I understand your subconscious is open like a floodgate. And whatever you plant at that moment, that's what's going to flourish in your mind, in your subconscious while you sleep. So if they trained you as a child right before you go to bed at night to meditate on dying and death, listen to this again, y'all.
When we were children, many of us were taught this prayer before bed. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. I remember being a little girl and wondering, am I going to die tonight?
I gotta bring that back again. Hold up. Did you hear what she said? Did you hear what you used to say as a child? I heard what I used to say as a child. If I die before I wake, why the hell was I taught to meditate on dying as a child? Not sometimes. Every single night as a child, you're taught to stew, S-T-E-W, nigga. You're taught to stew in death every single night. No wonder we've been so fucked up out here. As a child, I'm telling you, when you realize how demonic and wicked that is, and that's when you realize somebody got to die for that. Somebody is going to die. Somebody has to die, and they will die for getting children to meditate on death right before you go to sleep. You know why you do it right before you go to sleep? Because they know your subconscious is open like a floodgate. No wonder many of us had horrific nightmares as a kid. Beloved, I used to have horrific nightmares as a kid. And now I know one of the good reasons why. Because every night it was mandatory. And remember this, when we was little kids, whether you lived with your mother, your father, both of them, or your grandmother, your aunt, uncle, whoever, they made you turn the TV down. You was playing the game, turn the game down, turn the TV down, the radio, turn the radio off. Time to what? Meditate and get solemn as a little child. And right before you go to bed, I want you thinking about death. Now, here's the trick. You can say, no, that's not what I want you thinking about. It's done in such a deceitful way. It's witchcraft. Consciously, you're not thinking about death, but subconsciously, hell yeah, your subconscious picks up on that. And look, even a grown-up should not be going to bed saying, and if I die, that's the last thing you're thinking about before you go to sleep. Nigga, you're going to have a terrible night's sleep, whether you know it or not. How much more a little kid should be going to bed at night? The last thing this little nigga thinking about, I'm getting ready to die tonight. And don't say, well, he's not thinking about dying. Well, why the hell is he saying, and if I should die? That means you're thinking about it. They know how to get you to plant the seeds that they want in your head, beloved. That's why I've been so adamant as of late about Psalmic meditation, beloved. You have to decide what seed gets planted, because one way or another, something is getting planted. And right before you go to sleep, whatever thoughts you are thinking and singing and chanting, that's what's going to get planted. You know, the last thing you want a child, like I said, even an adult, a grown man and a grown woman, I'm telling you, you better not be going to bed meditating on your death. Are you crazy? Because you know what's going to happen? Because most people don't know that your words and your thoughts are so powerful, you're going to kill your own self by your own words. See, they ain't never going to tell you, Hebrew, you are much, much, much more than what they told you. You're much, much more. Okay? Much, much more. So much more. I'm not going to reveal this, right? I'm not going to reveal this person, but it was one of our beloved brothers or sisters contacting me via email. I'm not going to put your name out there. But if you would like to say something, hey, that's on you. I will never reveal you unless you say so. But I'm just saying, I'm doing this right now to show y'all human beings are not what they told us we were. We got much, much more power than you could ever believe, beloved. Believe it or not, okay? The Most High God made us in a special way. More special, so special that it scares many people. One of the beloved brothers or sisters reached out to me via email and told me, hey, bruh, I've done this as a child and even recently. I have the ability to do telekinesis. Do you hear me, beloved? One of us, somebody on this channel, like I said, I'm not going to say who it is. It's a brother or a sister, reached out to me via email and said, hey, bruh, since I was a child And even in these recent times, I have had the ability from time to time to do telekinesis. I was like, what in the world? But I let this brother or sister know that I definitely believed them. And I always knew in the back of my mind that there are people out there who can do some things you guys would not believe, some of the things that these people can do. Some of you, maybe even myself. I'm telling you, we got things that we can do. You're not aware of it, and guess what? Soon as you do something, the first thing a nigga gonna do, witchcraft, sorcery, even though you come in the name of Yah only. But they dumbed us down so much, they made you afraid. They made you unaware, stripped you of all knowledge and wisdom, and then they can spin the narrative however they want. They can get you to, right before you go to bed, they can get you to meditate on your death. They can even get you to talk your own death up. I'm not making this up. The scriptures tell you the power of life and death is in the tongue? You can make things live by speaking. You can make things die. Nigga, you can make yourself die if you're not careful saying the wrong things to yourself. That's why I told you Psalmic meditation. The book of Psalms will change your life. I'm getting carried away right now. I can't stop running my big black mouth because this is so damn deep. I'm going to play this little snippet again what Melissa Israel just said. Listen to this. And I know some of you used to pray this prayer as a child. Some of you out there may have even had your own children saying this at one point. You won't ever do that again after today.
When we were children, many of us were taught this prayer before bed. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. I remember being a little girl and wondering, am I going to die tonight? Most people never question it though. But listen closely. Why was a child taught to think about dying before sleep? Why was fear planted in their heads right at rest? Now listen to the psalm this prayer came from. The way it's usually read, Psalm 4 verse 8. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Now, listen to it again with the name of Yah restored. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for you alone, Yah, make me dwell in safety. Do you hear the difference? The
Yes.
psalm doesn't say, if I
Yes, we do hear the difference, Melissa Israel. We hear it.
die. It doesn't say, Yah, make me dwell in safety. Do you hear the difference? The psalm doesn't say, if I die. It doesn't say, I hope. It doesn't say, please take my soul. It says, peace.
Do you hear this? Hey, y'all, do y'all hear this? Y'all, as children, we were actually meditating, basically on the low, asking the Most High to kill us, y'all. Hey, y'all, this is so diabolical. They got you to turn your tongue on yourself. Hey, beloved, this is why I always keep talking about this kind of stuff. And I'm never going to stop talking about this kind of stuff. Your words, your thoughts are your paintbrush to your life, to your reality. Your thoughts and your words. Line your thoughts up with your words and your emotions. When they all line up on the same line, that's when you get what you call miracles. It's called perfect alignment. Okay? And I definitely know one time where I definitely experienced that one time for sure. It was clear to me. I was on the way into the 9-to-5 Babylonian hut, and I thought my car was getting ready to explode. I thought I was getting ready to die. I didn't even think I was going to be able to make it to pull off on the side of the road. I thought I was getting ready to die any second. I kid you not. If I'm lying, I'm dying. As I'm thinking any second, I'm getting ready to get blown the hell up. I started chanting and singing Psalms 23:1 while I'm watching fire come from up under my hood. My car is shaking like the world's coming to an end, an earthquake, viciously and violently, making all kind of noises I ain't never heard, seeing fire and sparks shoot from up under the engine. I'm like, I'm getting ready to die any second. That's how crazy it was. I started singing and chanting Psalms 23 and 1. Yahweh is my shepherd, I shall not want. But I wasn't doing it nice and calm and slow. Remember, I thought I was getting ready to die, get blown the hell up any second. So I'm singing this joint probably the most inspired and vigorously that I ever have in my life. I was surprised I was even able to make it off the side of the road to pull over without getting blown the hell up. I make it out of the car to exit without getting ran the hell over or blown the hell up. Still continuing to chant and sing this psalms, and out of nowhere, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Out of nowhere, a total stranger, dude barely spoke English, total stranger at once, totally backed up on the highway, all kind of traffic out there. It's still dark outside. Traffic is speeding by out there. Could have ran him over, could have ran me over. He don't know me from Adam and Eve. He backs up. He's driving backwards on the speeding highway in rush hour traffic in the morning. Pulls over on the side of the road. Oh, my friend, you need help? You need help? I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know who this guy was at first. I'm thinking somebody's trying to come rob me, shoot me, whatever, because that's the kind of stuff that niggas be on out here. So when I saw he was like, hey, my friend, you need help? I was like, I'm shocked. So then I was like, yeah. He ran to his car, came back with power tools on deck, and he asked me, did I need help? I said, okay, I need help. He came back and literally changed my tire for me with power tools on the side of a dangerous highway road with trucks and tractor trailers and whatnot. We on the highway. We are on the highway. Rush hour traffic, early morning, it's dark. This dude who don't know me, barely speaks English, on the side of the road, backed up with power tools. He said he was going to help me, not do the whole service. He changed my tire for me on the side of the road with power tools, risking his life. This dude had his back to traffic. I'm talking about, if you could have seen how close we was to that street, he could have got ran over any second. He didn't care. He just wanted to change my tire. And he didn't even want to take no money from me. I had to basically beg this dude to take $20 from me. He didn't want to take it. I made him take it. Okay? Why am I telling you that? I'm telling you that because at that moment, that particular morning, at that moment, I had perfectly aligned my thoughts, my words, my emotions, they all lined up perfectly. And when they all lined up perfectly, I experienced what you would call a miracle. A total stranger driving backwards in reverse on a dangerous rush hour highway with speeding trucks and tractor trailers to pull over on the side of the road, busy road, risk his life to change a total stranger's flat tire for free. Somebody out there may say, oh man, that ain't nothing. You know what? If you want to brush that off, you go right ahead. But I have eyes to see, and I know a miracle when I see one. You got big time miracles that go boom, and then everybody in the neighborhood look and say, what was that? And then you got those quiet miracles, them so-called quiet miracles that go right under the rug. I'm telling you, when your thoughts, your words, and your emotions line all the way up perfectly on the same line, that's when you get ultimate alignment. And at that moment right there, I'm telling you, it ain't no telling what you will be able to do. It ain't no telling what you'll be able to do. And I know for a fact, without a shadow of a doubt, it happened because I started singing and chanting those psalms vigorously. My mind was thinking about it. It was coming out of my mouth verbally, and I had my emotions totally tied in. Everything was lined up perfectly. And the Most High said, okay, miracle happened. Total stranger, go over there and help my son out and do it for free. I had to make that dude take $20. Matter of fact, shout out to that Hispanic dude. His name was Ernesto. Ernesto, wherever you are there, Ernesto, may the God of Israel smile upon you, brother Ernesto. I remember that. I'm never going to forget that. May the Most High God smile upon brother Ernesto. But that's what brings about the so-called miracles, the words. And it's so important because, once again, I'm going to let you hear this one more time, and then we're going to read the verse how it really reads, and then I'm going to let y'all beloved people go. Gates of Zion, GOZ says 100. Yes, brother, this is very, yes, brother, this is very deep. And this is what you call witchcraft right here. Getting people to turn their tongues on themselves, to wish death on themselves. You are actually having children ask the Lord, whoever that may be. And many of us, when we were children, we didn't know nothing about Yah only. So the Lord can be anybody. Whoever this nigga is, they had you as a child, me too, asking him to take your soul. I'm telling you, somebody's going to have to die for doing that to us, y'all. For teaching us that, for teaching your parents that, for teaching grandma and them that. Somebody's going to have to die for that. And all praises to the Most High God for their demise. You're going to lose your life. You're going to die. You damn dick in my head. How evil. That's evil as hell. You see what the Hebrew says? Facts. Earth and the angel says spiritual gifts. Yes. You see what the Hebrew says? Genesis 6:5. The Lord saw how great was no different. Yes. I kid you not. You see what the Hebrew? Those are the exact words that were floating through my mind. If this ain't crafty counsel, and look, sorcery and witchcraft is crafty counsel. Witchcraft is a kind of craft. Crafty counsel. Okay, it's diabolical, and to have children bringing about their own death. You're summoning demons when you're asking the Lord to kill you basically as a child. And no wonder we had so many nightmares as children. I had nightmares all. You see me cussing? I said that was me. Laugh out loud. You see with the Hebrew laughing emoji. Earth angel laughing emoji. Yeshiva, hallelujah, Most High came through for you. Yes, he did. All praises. Aviyah Barak says, Shalom, family. Aviyah Barak says, Shalom, and Mr. Real Talk. Shalom to you, being the angel. Beloved, this is why I've been so adamant here lately, and I'm going to stay doing this, right? Because I see what the Psalms has done for me. The book of Psalms changed my life in the summer of 2024. And I wasn't even singing them yet. I wasn't chanting them yet. I had not all the way. I'm not saying that I've all the way unlocked it yet, but I was not where I am today. But the summer of 2024, this book of Psalms changed my life then. And it's only getting more expansive. And that's why I'm so pushing this Psalm meditation stuff, because you create your own reality with your words. Many of you, when you was a child, the nightmares you had, it came on as a direct result of praying this prayer right here. If I should die before I wake. You praying to the Lord to snuff your life. And you wondering why you had all those damn demonic nightmares as a child. Listen to this one more time, and then we're going to read the verse the way it really reads, and I'm going to let y'all go.
When we were children, many of us were taught this prayer before bed. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take.
Why in the hell are they having little kids meditate on dying right when you're going to sleep? You know why? Because they want you to have nightmares. This is not an accident, beloved. They're planting seeds of evil in your soul and in your spirit, in your subconscious. And guess what? Many of us to this day, nobody's ever going to tell you this. Those things have stuck with us all the way to this day. Some of us, some of the things that we've had to endure, you don't even know why you had to go through it. You know why? Because you were praying this prayer when you was a kid, and nobody ever told you to go back. And we correct these things by now using positive verbiage, using Psalmic meditation, if you will. And Psalmic meditation will correct any kind of errors that you may have. Because Psalmic meditation is spiritual technology, beloved. And we've been veered away from that, but we're going back to that. We getting back to the old ways.
Remember being a little girl and wondering, am I going to die tonight? Most people never question it though.
And if you hear anybody say, man, little children not thinking about dying, that's bullshit. The very second you mention the word dying, of course you're thinking about it. You just said it. So that means you're thinking about it. You can't say a word without thinking about that word, can you? These devils know that. That's why they made sure you meditated on that as a child. I used to have so many demonic nightmares as a child. I'm telling you, it would scare the hell out of grown people. I was a child. I think I mentioned that before in this channel. I was a child having dreams in my childhood where I would actually see demons. I'm talking about seeing their face. Okay? Terrifying. To actually, as a child, seeing a demon. I'll never forget that one particular dream I had. When I was a child, the neighborhood that I grew up in was a very drug infested, gun infested, very violent, vicious neighborhood. Okay? This was in the time when the crack era was booming. So people was always getting shot, you know what I'm saying, in my neighborhood. It was a common occurrence for somebody to get shot, murdered, beat to half to death, whatever. It was just another day in the hood. It was so demonic, right? I remember being a child. I had to be like 8 or 9 years old. Okay? And around that time, I was saying that prayer every single night. I remember one night, right? Kids, you not. If I'm lying, I'm dying. I swear to Yahweh, what I'm telling you right now is true. I'm like 8 or 9 years old. I told you, my neighborhood is a wash with drugs, guns, shootings, and whatever you've seen on the TV and the movies. I was a little kid just looking out the window, coming out front, standing on the balcony, and really seeing real life movies play out. Anybody out there from the hood, from the turf, you all know what I'm saying because you seen it too. I had this dream one night, right? I heard gunshots, bah, 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 which was regular, right? Niggas was always shooting. Niggas was always getting shot. Now, in the real world, as an 8 or 9 year old, I was smart enough. I knew when you hear pop, 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 boy, don't you go near no window or no balcony, nothing like that. If anything, you get down. But in my dream, I heard pop, 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 pop. So when I heard that, what did I do? Because this is a dream, right? I didn't know I was dreaming. I thought it was real. I ran right to the balcony, something that you don't do when you hear gunshots. I heard multiple shots, bah, 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 bah. So I go to the balcony to look out to see what's going on, right? And I look down there and I see somebody laying on the ground. Look, this is some demonic shit, y'all. I looks out the balcony window, right? I'm like 8, 9 years old. I see somebody laying on the ground, laying on their back, right? All I can see is from the waist down because there's somebody crouched over top of them, kneeling down, right? Looking like they're trying to help this person, whoever this person is that got shot. Because I can't see the face, right? Now check this out. And this makes sense thinking about this prayer they had us saying. I'm like, dang. Because I see somebody's legs. I'm like, dang, somebody got shot. That's who got shot. And I see somebody kneel down, bend down over top of them, right? Look like they're trying to help them, right? So I'm a little kid looking like, dang, somebody about to die. And then the person who was stooped down over top of this person turned around and looked up at me. Now, when that joint turned around and looked up at me, that's when I saw this wasn't no human being. This was a fucking demon. And I saw this demon's face. I kid you not, scared the fuck out of me. Okay? I'm 8, 9 years old. I ain't never seen no demon. I don't know what a demon looks like. But I knew that day, he didn't tell me, hey, I'm a demon. Nobody gave me a picture and said, hey, did he look like this? I've never seen a demon before that day. But that dream, oh, I saw that demon's face. And when he turned around and looked up at me, he didn't say a word, but he said a mouthful just by looking at me. Okay, scared the fuck out of me. And I instantly knew when he turned around, that person laying down on that ground out there that got shot, that was me. Okay, but I wasn't able to see that was me until that demon turned around and looked up to the balcony and looked me right in my eyes as if to say, yeah, nigga, I'm scaring the fuck out of you. First of all, I know you see your body down here laying on this sidewalk, nigga. You a little kid, but you just got shot. And I know you scared as fuck because I'm looking you right in your eyes and I want you to be afraid. Like this nigga looked me right in my eyes. He knew I was scared as fuck and he wanted me scared as fuck. Looked me right in my eye. I will never forget that. And I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can't even really describe the face to you, but I can see it in my head. It was diabolical. I was petrified. He didn't say a word, but he was stooped down over this person out there who had just got shot. Are y'all listening to me, family? Can you imagine being 8 or 9 years old, hearing gunshots, pop, 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 pop? You go outside, not go outside, you look out the window, look down there and see somebody laying on the ground. You're like, oh, damn, somebody else got shot. What's going on? I wonder who that is. And see somebody bent down over top of this person, only to see, and then that thing turned around and looked up at me because it had to look up because I'm on the balcony. We lived on the 3rd floor. That demon looked me right in my eyes. Hey, family, I'm telling you, grown-ups couldn't even take that kind of dream. Here I am, 8, 9 years old, and I saw a demon face to face. And I also realized, like I said, when he turned up and looked at me, that's when I realized that's me on the ground out there. And I imagine that. Imagine how freaked out I was by knowing that's me that just got shot out there. So how the hell am I down there on the ground? I just got shot, but I'm in the house at the same time. And why the hell is this damn demon staring me down? Scared the fuck out of me. I never forgot this shit, even to this day. That shit sticks with me right now. I remember what the fuck he looked like. Terrible looking thing. And he didn't say a word. Just the way he looked me in my eyes. He was talking to me with just looking at me. Terrifying me. And he was just like, yeah, you scared as fuck, ain't you? Yeah, you didn't know this was you down here. Your little ass got shot, nigga. And I'm looking you right in your eyes. I know how scared you are. I'm telling you, I will never forget that. And look, no wonder I had those kind of demonic fucking dreams. I get pissed when I think about that shit because they made us have those dreams by saying those prayers. If I should die, you see, I went to bed meditating on dying. Do y'all see that? So in my dream, even though I'm 8, 9 years old, I'm getting gunned down in cold blood. And then a demon scaring the hell out of me. I'm telling you, family. Y'all see that? Do you see what you think about right before you go to sleep? It manifests because I was going to bed thinking about dying. Asking the Lord to take my soul. That dream. That was one of the times I run out of words to describe. Avion says, Shalom, and Mr. Real Talk. Shalom. Earth says, Avion, Shalom, sis. Welcome. I'm not cussing anymore. Yeshiva says, Shalom, sis. Stephen Walker says, Shalom, family. Shalom to you, bro. Always good to see you, man. Hope you're having a great day, brother. Earth Angel says, as Stephen Walker. Shalom and welcome, beloved. Avion says, Shalom and Stephen, welcome. Stephen says, TT Earth Sister Avion, Shalom. Yeshiva says, Shalom, Stephen. Earth says, as Stephen Walker. Right, Earth Healing Angel. And you know what makes it so diabolical? That was not an accident. That was the desired result. That was the desired result. Get these little niggas to think about dying right before they go to sleep. Because they did the homework, y'all. They know that when you meditate on dying, you're going to bring that shit about. And right before you go to bed, your mind is going to be fucked up. I'm telling you, y'all. It is so diabolical. Do you know how scared I used to be sometimes just to go to sleep? Because I'm like, yo, what if that nigga comes back? I'm telling you, I cannot tell you. Like I said, most adults couldn't even handle a dream like that. Seeing a demon look them right in their face, hearing gunshots, looking outside, and then seeing that's your ass out there just got killed. And a demon looking up at you. I never forget, he was happy too. That demon was very happy. He was smiling at me. It wasn't the kind of smile, it wasn't the kind of smile you do when you're hanging out with your family, hanging out with your loved ones. This was the most diabolical smile that I've ever seen. The only kind of smile that will make you afraid. I'm telling y'all, I used to have so many demonic, satanic, diabolical dreams as a child, y'all. And it makes sense. Because we were praying to the Lord, whoever that is, to take our souls and meditating on death. When you go to bed at night, you're supposed to be meditating on life, love, and abundance. Not dying and asking God to snuff you out. That is a prayer and a meditation. That's a bedtime meditation, asking the Lord to snuff you out. Whoever the Lord is. I'm going to read this verse. Read this verse for y'all, then I'm going to let y'all wonderful Hebrews go. First, we take it out of the book of Psalms in the KJV. The book of Psalms, chapter 4 and verse 8. The book of Psalms, chapter 4 and verse 8. This is where they're getting this from, but they twisted it to make you meditate on death and fear. This is where they're getting it from, and this is what you really want to do at night before you go to sleep. Say this, meditate on this. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, capital L-O-R-D, which we all know translates into Yah, Yahweh. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Yahweh only, makest me dwell in safety. Did y'all hear that? Did you hear that? Again, this is why I've been really pushing and stressing Psalmic meditation. I'm telling you, I've been doing it the last 30 days. Now it's become what I wanted it to become, which is a habit. I'm going to be doing this until I leave this earth. I see the benefits of it. That's why the psalmist says, meditate in his words day and night. Singing, chanting, saying it out loud, thinking it strongly, tying my emotions into it. 3 to 5 minutes minimum at night, right before you pass out, instead of asking the Lord to take your soul. You notice as we just read this? Do you notice as we just read Psalms chapter 4 and verse 8 that it says nothing about asking the Lord to take your soul? Why in the heck, look, as a grown man or a woman, why would you go to bed at night asking God to take your soul? The only person who does that is a man or a woman who wants to die. And see, even though consciously saying that you don't want to die, but your subconscious does not know the difference. And these devils know that. That's why they had you saying that. Because they know your subconscious is going to register. What? He said, if I should die, okay, so now I need to be afraid I'm getting ready to die and get killed. These demons know that your subconscious processes information just like that. So as soon as you close your eyes, you drift off to La La Land, your brain and your subconscious is working in fear because they think it's a chance that they might be getting ready to die. And not only that, they've actually asked the Lord, whoever that is, to take their soul. I'm telling you, family, no wonder we had the diabolical nightmares we had. Again, the KJV, Book of Psalms, chapter 4, verse 8. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. For thou, Yahweh, only makest me dwell in safety. No JC, no Buddha, no Allah, nobody else. Yah only. You notice it says, I will both. When it says both means you got two things going on, more than one thing. Number one, I'm going to lay myself down. And number two, I'm going to sleep in peace. That's why it says, I will both lay me down in peace. Means what? I'm not going to be thinking about, I'm getting ready to die. What if I die? Oh no, I'm going to die. Lord, please take my soul. No, you're not to be thinking like that. And if you do, you are calling demonic attacks upon yourself and your little ones. Instead, you need to be saying this before you go to bed. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep. For thou, Yahweh, only makest me dwell in safety. I bet you won't say that and meditate on that 3 to 5 minutes every night right before you pass out. You say that every night. You do that for 30 days, day and night. Your sleep is going to start to be sweeter than a newborn baby. Same verse in the Yahweh Bible. Then I'm going to let you go. Psalms chapter 4, verse 8. Read, we will lie down in peace. We will lie down in sleep. For you make us dwell in safety. You only do these things. And this is the Yahweh Bible I'm reading out of. You only do these things. That's what you ought to meditate on, beloved. And if you are somebody who's new to this channel, I would like to say welcome to this channel. And also, you really need to start taking Psalmic meditation seriously, beloved. Because it's very serious. Okay, it's so serious. You gotta reprogram your spirit and your mind. You gotta get the programming out that these devils put in. Because once again, we're gonna play it one more again. This is what these demons put into you. Okay? And shout out to Melissa Israel for seeing this. Listen to this again, y'all.
When we were children, many of us were taught this prayer before bed. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. I remember being a little girl and wondering, am I going to die tonight? Most people never question it though. But listen closely. Why was a child taught to think about dying before sleep? Why was...
Because these devils are demonic. Only a devil would want a child going to bed in fear.
Fear planted in their heads, right at rest. Now listen to the psalm this prayer came from. The way it's usually read, Psalm 4, verse 8. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Lord, only makest me dwell in safety. Now, listen to it again with the name of Yah restored. I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for you alone, Yah, make me dwell in safety. Do you hear the difference? The psalm doesn't say, if I die. It doesn't say, I hope. It doesn't say, please take my soul. It says peace. It says sleep. It says safety. And it says something very important. Yah only.
That's
not
right.
Fear, not death, not uncertainty. Just trust.
Woof.
Somewhere along the way, though, they removed Yah's name and
Damn devils.
fear was added. A prayer of rest became a prayer of anxiety.
You hear that? They were putting anxiety in you right before you go to sleep. Of course you're going to have nightmares.
Declaration became a plea, but the original words still exist. So tonight and every night, you can return to what was always true. In peace, I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Yah, make me dwell in safety. No fear, no death, no middleman.
That's right.
Yah only.
That's right. No fear, no death, no middleman. We ain't no. Okay? Let me read these comments and let you wonderful beloved. I love you too, my brother. And yes, that nightmare was very diabolical. Brother, even to this day, I remember it like it was last night. And I had that dream when I was like 8 or 9 years old. Brother, when I woke up in the middle of the night having that dream in the dark, nigga, I was sweating bullets, petrified to go back to sleep because I never knew what a demon looked like. I'd heard about demons before, just hearing about them. But that night, beloved, I actually saw what a demon face looked like. It was the ugliest thing I ever saw. And he didn't have to say a word. Just his face. Just seeing his face. Whether he would have saw me or not, just seeing his face was enough to just destroy my whole world. But then the fact I didn't just see his face, he turned around and looked up at me when I was in the balcony, and he looked me right in my eye, and he smiled at me with the most demonic, satanic, devilish smile. That smile said so much to me, scared the fuck out of me. And I'm knowing that that's me down there that just got shot. So how the hell am I up here on the balcony looking down there when I just got shot? And he's looking at me like, yeah, nigga, your head fucked up right now, ain't you? Nigga, I got you down here. You just got shot. So how are you up there looking at me like, you could tell, it seemed like he was reading my mind. He knew I was scared as fuck, and he took great joy in the fact that I was petrified. I'm telling you, I never forget it. Never forget that joint. But now, hey, like I said, shout out to Melissa Israel, yo, because she brought this out yesterday. Now I understand why I used to have those nightmares. Because I was summoning evil energy as a child every night saying that prayer. You are summoning demonic attacks and you don't even know it. You're asking the Lord to take your soul. And you keep on talking about dying every single day. Not only was you doing this right before you go to bed, you were doing it every day. So as a child, your life was filled with death meditation. Do you see that? No wonder why we've been so fucked up out here. And now we got to do an overcorrection. We got to do an overcorrection, beloved. Your past life was filled with death meditation. So now that you know that, you got to re-engineer your spirit and get yourself geared up to life meditation. And yeah, you can make the switch and it will be phenomenal. I'm already doing it. I'm in the midst of the sweet sleep. That's right. That's right. And you look, you don't have sweet sleep when you're asking the Lord to snuff you out. On the low, that's what that prayer is asking. And if you take my soul, what? Why are you? Who said anything about the Lord taking your soul? And why you keep talking about dying every single day? You see that? Your subconscious registers all the people who did that to us, they are going to die. Yes, they should. Exactly. Exactly. I'm telling you, family, every single night before you go to bed, minimum of 3 to 5 minutes. If you can do 10 minutes or more, do it. But you better do at least 3 to 5 minutes and do it right when your eyes are heavier than bricks. Right when you feel you're about to pass out, that's when you start doing it. Because that's when your subconscious is the widest open it's going to ever be. And that's when it's the most softest and impressionable. That's when you want to start loading all those righteous, uplifting, healing, abundant, psalmic meditations in there. At that moment, you want to grab a handful of scriptures, y'all. And I can't tell you which ones you use. I can tell you which ones that I use. Okay? But you got to find the ones that's good for you and the ones that are going to do for you what you need. Most High willing, going into 2026, I will be making more videos about it. Because some people may still say, hey, well, I still don't know which ones is best for me. I'll give you some. There's no such thing as a basic psalm meditation, but I will give you what some of you would call a basic psalm meditation to show you some of the ones you can use. All of them work if you work them. Okay, the Most High has given all of us already a degree of supernatural spiritual power. And those Psalms are power packed with spiritual power. Okay, and they come out when you meditate on them deeply, especially at night and in the morning. Before you do anything in the morning, before you raise up out of your bed, soon as your eyes open, you should go immediately into Psalm meditation. Again, I can't tell you which ones to use. You use whichever ones suit you. But also, as I said, I got a playlist on here for Psalm meditations, and we will be making many more videos like that, Most High willing, because I'm going to be doing this until I leave this earth, because I see the great benefit in it. All praises to the Most High God and Him awakening. That's right. Appreciate that, Earth Healing Angel. I love all of y'all wonderful brothers and sisters. Y'all stay safe out there. Stay prayed up. Don't pray that prayer that you prayed when you was a little child, because you're calling demonic attacks upon yourself. And if you've been teaching your children to pray that prayer, beloved, please stop. And we gave you the real prayer, the book of Psalms chapter 4 and verse 8. Again, I will both lay me down in peace and sleep, for thou, Yahweh, only makest me dwell in safety. You need to start meditating on that every night. And until you get good enough to just start grabbing anyone you can think of, beloved, get yourself 3 to 5. That's all you need. For real, you can do 1 or 2 for real. But 3 to 5, you don't have to have a gang of them. 3 to 5 Psalms or Proverbs, whatever you want to meditate on, and do it deeply. Think about it. Say it verbally. Say it inside your spirit. Say it. Not aloud audibly, but inside. Get emotional about it. Do it throughout the day, but most important of all, right before you go to sleep is the golden hour, believe it or not. The ancient people knew this, beloved. Sleep time is spiritual. Right before you pass out, you program yourself what to work on. So you throw those psalmatic meditations in there, and your life will begin to change. But you got to keep on doing it, though. All right, beloved. I hope you have been edified. Until the next time, Most High willing, live stream will be Friday evening. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, beloved, I'm out.